sole property of Southern sleepers. This is Brooklyn, New York, where headlines tell of repeated incidents of police brutality.
Perhaps I'm not the right person to talk about this case, but I feel it so deeply and so closely that I'll not rest until somebody pays for the death of Al Garrett, were he my brother. I'm angry about a number of things, not only about Edward Silver, the district attorney of this county, who has thus far failed to arrest the policeman who shot him to death, but I'm angry with a lot of my Negro brethren who don't even get angry about the fact that a poor man lies dead in his grave tonight.
Attorney Thomas Russell Jones deplores the slaying.
He was killed as a result of a policeman's bullet fired at him while he was in custody in the 79th Precinct on Gates Avenue. This man who had not even committed any crime, he failed to put a bottle or trash in a can. And this trigger-happy cop took him in, marched him into the police station. And there's some testimony that as Al Garrett was being marched to the police station, he suddenly put up his hands and said, "Oh, you're not going to do that to me," and marched holding his hands all the way to the precinct. Anybody who's been a Negro for long knows what that means. Any man here in this room knows what you do, why you do a thing like that.
Governor Barnett, would you say in a sentence to British viewers why you oppose this platform of the Democratic Party which seeks to give Negro Americans their full rights under the Constitution?
In the first place, it is contrary to the constitutional provisions of our Constitution.
Why is that?
It takes away the rights of the state, local self-government, to control and direct the activities of their own affairs. The 10th Amendment to the Constitution of the United States says plainly that all of the powers not expressly granted by the Constitution to the federal government belong to the states.
If this
now then, there's no provision in the Constitution anywhere giving the federal government a right to deal in local affairs. It's just not there.
But the federal government does have the Constitution does guarantee to all Americans equal rights under the law, doesn't it?
Equal rights, that's true. That's true. But the states are capable of giving those equal rights. Local self-government can give those equal rights, the same as the federal government.
Governor, if this platform is carried, will you campaign for the party candidate in the election?
Well, I can't answer that yet.
Are you going to walk out of this convention, Governor?
I can't answer that yet.
Thank you very much, Governor.
I have no intention of walking out.
September 30th. Finally, President Kennedy decided the time had come to enroll James Meredith at Ole Miss. He sent several hundred U.S. Marshals to the campus to prepare, and he announced he'd make a special speech to the state that night.
Sunday evening, when I flew down in a government plane to the airstrip at the University of Mississippi, and we had marshals already down there. We had about 400 or 500 marshals sworn in as from the prison guards, from the Border Patrol, from the U.S. Marshals Service, from any other place we could find reasonably trained law enforcement officers. And they were themselves an irritant to the students who were returning from a football weekend, and we had no place to sort of hide the marshals. We were around the Lyceum building, which was the center of the campus, and unbeknownst to us, a sort of a tradition and a place of great honor.
Students came, and of course, they saw the marshals. I know I got angry when I saw the marshals. It seemed a betrayal. It made me mad. You know, why are these people here? Well, we haven't done anything. And people have behaved themselves. And, you know, what is going on? And I caught myself really with some of these feelings.
After the marshals had secured their positions, James Meredith was flown into Oxford Airport and driven to a secret location at Ole Miss. The crowds didn't know where he was, but they knew he was on campus. And at 8 o'clock, just as the president went on the air, Ole Miss turned into a battlefield. Very few people heard the president's words.
Americans are free and sure to disagree with the law, but not to disobey it. For any government of laws and not of men, no man, however prominent or powerful, and no mob, however unruly or boisterous, is entitled to defy a court of law. The eyes of the nation and all the world are upon you and upon all of us.
The marshals were ordered not to use guns against the rioters, who were shooting and throwing Molotov cocktails. And the rioters were targeting the media, smashing cameras and attacking reporters.
There was one freshman girl that had been this little flower of Southern gentility when I had met her. And she came up to me, and her face was absolutely contorted, and I almost didn't recognize her. And she was absolutely furious because she had picked up a brick and thrown it at a marshal, and it had only hit him in the head and scratched him, and she had not put his eye out.
Well, you see, we got to get order up there, and that's what we thought we were going to have.
President, please, why don't you give an order up there to remove me?
How can I remove him, Governor, when there's a riot in the street and he may step out of that building and something happen to him? I can't remove him under those conditions.
People are wiring me and calling me saying, well, you've given up. I said, I had to say, no, I'm not giving up any fight.
Yeah, but we don't
I never give up. I have courage and faith, and we'll win this fight, you understand? That's just the Mississippi people.
Yeah, I understand, but I don't think anybody even in Mississippi or any place else wants a lot of people killed.
Oh, no.
That's what, Governor, that's the most important thing.
I'll issue any time about peace and violence.